it is. For me, if he did say I ate too many drugs, then one would have thought that immediately he would be given Narcan by the officer, or immediately bring someone on to give him Narcan, which wasn't done. If he said I didn't do no drugs, I'm not sure. At the end of the day, it changes everything. I think it's this aha moment that everyone's talking about. I don't see any aha about it. And again, I don't think anyone's going to ever know for sure what he said. I'll be honest, I think it's more likely he said that he didn't ingest the drugs or I didn't use drugs. I'm not sure why at that point he'd be saying, I ate too many drugs. It doesn't seem to be consistent with what he'd been saying before.
Now, Jim, I'll play devil's advocate here, because the other way to look at it is, yeah, Julie's right, that if he even said that I ate too many drugs, then maybe they had a duty to provide him the kind of care with somebody who has a drug overdose. Now, here's the reason why it could be important. Remember, we're trying to understand the cause of death, and one of the things George Floyd said on the ground was, my stomach hurts, everything hurts. So is that attributed to the officers holding him down, or is that attributed to the drugs? So if you say, okay, he said I ate too many drugs, now he's saying his stomach hurts, now the jury could be believing, well, really, what's causing the pain and maybe what caused the ultimate death was drugs. What do you think, Jim?
Well, first of all, really what you have to look at is what was the level of drugs found in his system, and we know that, and that testimony will come out. So whatever he said here doesn't appear to be relevant. But I think what Chauvin's attorney Eric Nelson was trying to suggest here was that everyone missed it. Look, you guys watch these tapes over and over again. You missed that. So how were the officers on the scene going to hear that he said that he ate too many drugs, if indeed that's what he said? I tend to agree with Julie. Probably didn't say that. He wasn't admitting that he was eating drugs at that particular in that particular instance or during this encounter. But it is interesting too, because okay, they want to credit that, but he also said I can't breathe over 20 times. So we're not going to. The police officers are just ignoring that. That's what created that duty here to care, because his emotional congruency was he's saying he can't breathe. And then, in fact, he stopped breathing. So you have to take it into consideration, credit this man, and save his life. Don't kill him.
That's a really, really good point. And we heard Nelson yesterday trying to get some of these witnesses to suggest that, don't you deal with suspects who are lying? Can you believe what they're saying? And trying to say, should they have really believed when he said he couldn't breathe if they thought he was on drugs? That's where the defense is going. We are going to talk more about the arguments in this case. Waiting to jump live in court today. Stay with us here on Law and Crime. We'll be right back.
First Leaf Wine Club is the best way for you to discover your new favorite wines delivered straight to your door. It's super easy to skip and schedule deliveries. Take a short quiz, rate the wines you try, and every box gets better based on your input.
You deserve more from your steak. You deserve the only steak that's guaranteed to be perfect every single time. At Omaha Steaks, we're delivering old school quality with a now school mentality. That means aging every steak for tenderness, carefully hand carving, and obsessing over every last detail, so you never second guess a single bite. Today, get 12 Omaha Steaks burgers with your order free. Claim your free burgers now at omahasteaks.com/TV. You deserve this.
Are you worried about the state of the world? How about your retirement? It's time to get a plan. Download award-winning free financial tools and take control with Personal Capital. Join millions of others and download free financial tools today at personalcapital.com.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or been diagnosed with another asbestos-related cancer, call now. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Thousands of hardworking men and women have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers put profits ahead of safety. Manufacturers knew the risks of asbestos exposure for years, but knowingly manufactured and sold deadly asbestos-containing materials, putting millions of American workers at risk. These manufacturers have tried to avoid compensating their victims,